Welcome to day 23 of the 30-day daily drawing challenge designed to help you build a daily drawing habit in 10 minutes or less per day. Today, I'm going to be using a new tool, the Derwent Inktense pencils and blocks. Specifically, I'm going to be using the Payne's Gray pencil and a variety of colors for the blocks. So the Derwent Inktense are probably one of my favorite sketching tools. They're dry material. They go on dry. They're just basically like using a pencil or a soft hard, or I should say hard pastel. Very similar when you put them down. But if you use water, you can. They're water soluble when they're dry. When you first put them down, they're water soluble. But once that dries, they're permanent, like an ink. So what's really cool is you can sketch, wet things down, let it dry, come back and add more to it, but the stuff that you've previously wetted doesn't come up as much, or it doesn't move around. So it's really kind of fun. So hopefully I'll be able to, in the 10 minutes, you'll be able to get a good sense of what I'm doing. And then my snack for today is favorite snacks, Cheetos, Flamin Hot Cheetos. They're one of my favorite snacks. Currently, for the too much information, I can't really eat Cheetos anymore. Decades and decades of not eating well has determined that Cheetos are not on my menu anymore. But they're still fun, and it's fun to remember what they were like, and they're really neat and interesting in terms of the shapes and all of that kind of stuff, because especially the crunchy Cheetos. Regular puffy Cheetos are cool too, so I like both of those. Anyway, today, I should say, before I ramble too much, let's get started, okay? I'm going to hit my timer and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I pick up my Payne's Gray pencil, and I just kind of look at the ensemble, that I've created here. So let's just kind of break in the basic shapes of what this is going to be. So I'm concerned about it, but I'm not horribly. The main thing right now is just the shapes. So where things are going to go. I think this is a reference material. I'm really doing the contour drawings, and some of this is going to be way off in terms of scale. But we're dealing with a 10-minute drawing here, right? And there's some patterns in here. But now, with this Payne's Gray, I'm going to come in and kind of lightly work the side here a little bit. So I get a little bit of a shadow. I know that there's going to be some dark tones in here. Different shadows in here. Add some colors in here. Some little folds. You kind of see them. The folds are a little bit difficult to differentiate because there's actually such bright colors on these on the bag, and I think that might be on purpose a little bit in terms of what you can. You want the bag to look smooth, right? When you're creating this, you want people to buy it. You don't want it to look all disheveled. People are more likely to buy something that looks like it's fresh, right? Even though, let's be honest, Cheetos, are they ever fresh? I know there's a date on them somewhere. I think it's on the front. But so let's just go through, and I'm gonna darken this back here. You'll see that. Now I'm going to overlay some colors here, and they'll blend a little bit, especially with the water. So the water is going to push things around. First, let's go with the light color. So I know that there's. Let's fake in the logo a little bit. it's interesting when you're drawing something like this. You're drawing the bag upside down basically, and it's a little bit easier to kind of figure out what the shapes are because you're not predisposed to. I say that and then immediately screw it up. So, but anyway, let's work on this screw up, right? It'd be like cheese. It's not gonna work, but anyway, yeah, it's great. One nice thing about doing a YouTube video is it's hard to get too full of yourself, right? You're always going to be kind of stuck figuring out like, oh yeah, I said that, and then did it work? No. But it does actually. I mean, it's still a little easier. I think if you can get rid of some of your predispositions, is that the word? Get rid of some of your things that you're really thinking about. That in terms of, oh well, that shape is that. You can get rid of those. You can kind of. Let's pull this up. Okay, this will be the last thing. Now let's add some color. Okay, so the Cheetos, we know that's got some yellow in it, right? Just scribble it in the bottom of the bag. Go over the whole thing. I'm not too concerned with the exact tones and everything. Right now it's just kind of, I know there's some yellows in the parts that aren't covered in red cheese. So let's kind of get a baseline going. Some of this is going to blend a lot, so let's move this orange. And right now you're probably thinking, wow, that's really light. Those colors aren't very rich. There's not much. Keep blowing on it so that there's little crumbs because I just broke this piece earlier today, not on purpose. Some of the details are gonna. I'm actually, having used these before, the details are gonna come through when I do the water. I'm just trying to get a little bit of a blobby look here. You can see how it's. Through. I'm going to save some of my other colors for when I come back. Okay, now I've got the water brush. So the water brush, it's plastic, so you give it a little couple of squeezes and the water will come out a little bit. Get it to come out, and then here's where I'm going to start with the yellows, and I'm basically just washing them down. So you don't need a water brush. If you just got a brush and some water, you can get yourself a. Basically that's all you need. It's just the nice thing is if you're sketching, you've got this water brush. You don't have to re-dip your brush at all. You might have to move stuff off to the side if you want to clear off the color a little bit from it. But in general, so for instance, let's go up here to this orange. You can see how some of it smears around. So if I'm not careful, I'll get, the Payne's gray will mix in, but it's still, the way I move this brush around, you can see that there's still some lines that help conform to the edge of the figure, right? It's coming up here, and I'm kind of working light to dark. I looked up to see, where's the, oh yeah, there it is. So like I said, this is a quick and dirty. Through here. And then now, here's where we can play and things will start to look more and more like Cheetos. this up so that this is get these darks in here. Across. So if you have the time, one thing that I like to do is I'll work through with the Payne's Gray as a drawing first, and then come through, mix all my like add in my colors like over the dried Payne's Gray. Let's see here. And what that does is like I said, the Payne's Gray won't reactivate. I think what I might have to do is after the 10 minutes, I might have to come back and work into this so you can see what I'm talking about. Not sure if things will dry in the 10-minute time frame. We've only got a minute left, so let's get some. Let's make sure that people can tell that these are Flamin Hot Cheetos. Right. A little bit of scumbling here. Add some more, squeeze it to add some more water. Okay, let's dry that down. Now let's come through here. You can really see how these dark patterns get the wash on there. This is where sometimes the water brush isn't as great when you have these big giant spaces to conform to. You can get a really nice ink and wash, and you don't have to squeezing almost the whole time I'm brushing this down. So sometimes when your hand's in a weird position and you're mashing things down. All right, let's stop that, and let's keep going. Work through, just find it, kind of make sure I hit all of my dry areas with the wet. And now what I'll do is cap this up. And I'll show you. Oh, let's get this here. Let's just scumble it down because it's blurred out mess, right? Quick. But if I come back in, I think this is dry here, yeah. So if I come back in, so I can get over that, come back over here. Some of this is still wet, so that it activates a little bit when I put it down. And let's come through with a darker red here. I'm not looking at my object too much. So at this point, I'm just kind of trying to build up some of these other colors. Just thinking about like where this is like the cornucopia of junk food, right? Having it all pile out. Now, let's see if this, kind of see how it gets darker and doesn't pull up everything as much. Go across. Quick and dirty. I wonder if there's a way of setting these timers so that there's a count up. I was thinking it might benefit people to know that, okay, well, this was 10 minutes, but I went over. Got into it, was having fun. Developing, see, I still had the pink on there, so I'm the red. Let's see how this. There. All right. Okay, there you go. A little bit of drawing some Cheetos and the Derwent Inktense pencils and blocks. Like I said, they're probably one of my favorite sketching tools, especially for a quick sketch, just playing around. If I've got ideas, it's fun to play around with. Okay, you know, how you can get those darks darker, and there's a little bit of watercolor involved, a little bit of drawing, a little bit of painting. It's all kind of mixed in together, which makes it fun. And to me, if it's fun, you're more likely to do it. So that is the key to one of the keys to developing any habit is make sure you're having fun. Make sure whatever you're doing is you know, helping you do it again. So thanks a lot, everybody. Please, if you haven't done so already, give me a like. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you'd like to see what at the beginning of this 30-day challenge, if you're starting this from the middle, don't sweat. I'm going to put a link up like here, or it's up to the side. It's one of those things where, you know, I'm not quite sure where I put it, and it then mirrors like, is my left hand or right hand? So, but anyway, thanks a lot. Hope you had fun today. I know I did. So if you can, you know, and then one last thing is if you can give somebody a reason to smile, you just might get to smile too. So thanks again. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.